Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Welcome, boys and ghouls, to another scare-tastic and beautiful episode of Cosmic Crypt. This is your GM Patrick here, your Goblin Master. I am wishing you all a happy Halloween month here on the show. So go ahead and trick or treat yourself to another in our series of frightening episodes. Joining me in spooky Starfinder 2E adventure this week are my friends who like to eat, drink, and be scary. It's Ghostly Jabert.
Good night.
Terrifier Tyler.
The scariest thing to the mind is the unknown.
Demonic Drew. Yeah, and Ring Girl Rebecca. I couldn't think of a good one for R. Sorry, Rebecca.
Boo.
Boo, Patrick, for that terrible introduction.
Can you just dunk your head in a bathtub and like put it all over your face real quick? That's a pretty easy Halloween costume if you've got long hair and a creepy white doll dress
gown.
Yeah, a sleeping gown. Yes. Hello, spooky, scary skeletons. How are you guys doing? What's up?
Wonderful, Patrick. I mean, I don't know why I'm speaking for everybody, but
Yeah, don't speak for me, Jabert. Jabert is my spokesperson. Wonderful.
If you're less than wonderful, just let Jabert say you are. Come on, be cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys have you gotten into the Halloween spirit already? Just for me, it's like it does start earlier in September, but like once October hits, it's like horror TV shows, horror movies, nonstop spookums.
Yeah, I got an
all
answer
the time. Oh,
Be very afraid.
You got
gracious.
an animatronic right by your computer.
I don't know why it's. I don't know why it's in my office still. It should be.
I mean, that's the best place to put your Halloween decorations, is in the place where only you see it.
Well, I was about to say, I imagine Tyler working at his desk just leans over every once in a while and like slaps it. And it's like, say the thing. He's like, be afraid. Be very afraid.
I want to get the one from Target that's like, I am not a jack-o'-lantern. My name is Lewis. See, Patrick knows this one. I've been bothering Rebecca with this for a month, and she has no idea what I'm talking about.
No,
It's a good one.
No idea. We did. My daughter and I were at Target though, and saw a shirt in the toddler section that said it was just the jack-o'-lantern that said, "My name is Lewis." I understand that reference.
Name. Yeah, I know. Some of you guys have been watching horror movies. I think it's mostly an annual tradition, but I do watch usually the first two Halloween movies. This year I watched the third one too, which was like a mistake.
Come on.
It's a fun movie, but it's like it doesn't put me in the Halloween spirit, really.
That's true.
Even though that one is ostensibly the most about Halloween, you know. I don't know. It's like the weirdest one. But
Season of
I
the Witch,
also
right? Is that the subtitle? Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I really know a lot of people weren't. I like it a lot.
It's fun. I just wish it wasn't called Halloween.
Halloween,
part of the series that's only Michael Myers besides that.
Yeah.
I also watched Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2 last night.
I've never seen the second one, but I really like that one.
Oh my God. The first one's okay. The second one is like, I just love it so much.
Maybe I'll watch
so
it, sure.
over the top. It's the jaws of
Heck yeah.
creepy horror
I've been excited
movies.
this year because I've forced my daughter into introduced her to Scooby-Doo, and so now a lot of times she's like, Dad, let's watch Scooby-Doo.
Oh, that's fun.
I tried to recommend a kids-friendly horror movie to teens and kids at the library, and I was like, you guys should watch Ernest Scared Stupid for a kids-friendly horror film. One of them looked at me and was like, stupid is not a kid-friendly word, Mr. Patrick. Calm down.
An old movie.
Yeah. Let us have the S word for a 90s Jim Varney film.
Oh, God.
That's the one that uses the goblins from Troll 2 recolored, right?
No. The trolls in the movie, despite also being trolls and not goblins, were made by the Chiodo brothers, who did Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and they kind of repurposed some
clowns.
of the molds.
Yes.
But, yeah.
I just can't believe, when I first watched Killer Clowns, I was like, cool, what a fun little one-off that we'll never ever see again. And it's like, now there's a video game and like all this. I mean, I walked into, just like a Spirit Halloween store, and they were like full-on Killer Clown, full-size things. And I was just like, what the...
That movie's great.
I will let you know, I have seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space a very large number of times because my freshman
I thought you were just informing us that you had also seen this movie.
No.
What a great addition to the conversation.
Because my freshman roommate in college would get very high and then either watch Major League 2 or Trolls 2 or not Trolls, or Killer Clowns from Outer Space, or Invaders from Mars, the Toby Hooper Invaders from Mars. So I've seen all of those movies far too many times.
Sounds
weird, eclectic mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to play that game, I'm down to play that game. I'd like to play the Killer Clowns game, but
would be kind of fun to do.
Yeah.
You know what else is really scary? Transitions. Is this Starfinder Second Edition adventure that we definitely started like 3 weeks ago, and also with Miles and not Tyler. We have had a slate of vacations and time off from the podcast, and then a hurricane hit.
Natural disasters.
First Miles was going to come back and play with us, but then it's like, oh no, he has no internet for over a week.
For folks worried out there that are not on the Discord, Miles is fine. His fiance Chris is fine. They are back in their home. They have power. They have water. They just don't have internet. So they
pretty useful for recording podcasts. That internet.
So they're pretty much. So they're not okay, is what I'm hearing. All that other stuff you mentioned is like okay, but like the internet.
They're living so. Miles has an incredibly. He's got an incredibly huge collection of physical media, DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS tapes.
He's got everything. Yeah,
he's living like the '90s again, and I'm a little jealous.
Yeah,
he's ready for the apocalypse.
He should not show that to whatever worker is trying to restore his connection, because they'll be like, oh, put him at the bottom of the list. This guy doesn't need our help.
He doesn't even want to be back in the 21st century.
To give a little last time on for Tyler, the last couple weeks.
Just me.
Yeah, well, because these guys obviously remember this game we played 3 weeks ago. We're playing the second of 4 Starfinder Society playtests. So kind of short 4-hour adventures. This one is a level 5 adventure scenario called "It Came from the Vast!" ! Written by Jessica Catalan. And indeed, we only played the first part a few weeks ago with Miles, and I think I mentioned at that point that because he was going to take a vacation, that Tyler was going to awkwardly and ham-fistedly take over as the 4th player this week, or this second half of the playthrough. And it makes sense because what has happened is your guys' ship, the Overhaul, has come across a derelict Xenowarden vessel called the Bloom, and has found it kind of tumbling through space. So I think pilot Zamir, maybe? Who was piloting? No, it was obviously Jabert. You were you pilot?
I think so.
I thought Miles was a pilot.
Someone brought us in and everyone jumped over, leaving Obadiah behind to guard the ship. And on board, you found what seemed to be a laboratory and a great amount of disarray, like storage containers and things knocked over, all with specimen numbers written out on them. And indeed, it looks like one specimen, sample 62, seems to have gotten out. As you've gone through and gotten into the power core, opening up into the main part of the ship, you saw it was overgrown with kind of fungal creations and giant egg-like sacs, and a whole swarm of these little creatures, like worms with almost human-like faces, probably coming from these eggs, came and attacked you guys. And I think the last thing that actually happened was Rebecca, self-emulated almost with a supernova that lit up these eggs and also caught them on fire.
Oh.
So you can take a couple of D20 rolls here to try and stamp this out. But yeah, it's slowly burning along this next chamber, along the fungal growths here. It seems like it's pretty darn inflammable. Okay. So this is a little bit of fire damage as you get out of the room here. You have to pat yourself down. You take 9 more points of fire damage from being within this room when the supernova went off. But as you stamp out your singed fur, Zabir is like, I have to go back to the ship and study these things. He has like some burnt husks of these little worm creatures. I'll get Obadiah. She will relish the chance to destroy some Xenos. So that's Zabir signing off. And I'm taking this robot that I hacked back with me too.
Taking this robot with me.
We're friends now, me and the robot.
I thought Miles wasn't going to be on this episode.
I should just have him do like a voice recording. Like, Miles, can you read this real quick? You just patch it in. Nobody cares to hear him read 2 lines. It's like cleaning up from a hurricane. And I'm like, hey, can you record some voice lines for this episode? No one cares.
Stop whatever
about.
Insignificant thing you're doing. Read me some.
I think
gold.
it's only fair because everyone else had to do it. That Obadiah has to make the jump across the ships as well. It's a pretty easy jump because he got in a good position, but there's a gulf between the overhaul and the bloom, Tyler, and you can spacewalk over there with an athletics or an acrobatics check.
That's very interesting.
one.
I have a jetpack.
Yeah.
I can just kind of just like,
Let's see. A PC who flies to the bloom using jetpack or other means of control propulsion can roll a piloting check for their spacewalk, if desired.
oh, so it's either piloting or
Yeah, Jessica Catalan's got you covered. She's like, that doesn't make it easier to land on a spaceship, you know?
I mean, I think it does. I think when you can control your thrust, I think it does.
I'm thinking of that scene in WALL-E when he has the fire extinguisher and like he has to gain control of it, right? He has to roll a piloting check to use the fire extinguisher.
I think it's more dangerous because you have a jetpack that could slam you into the side of
Patrick, so it's either athletics or with my jetpack piloting
or acrobatics.
Okay, well, yeah, but I don't have that very well. Is the DC for the piloting like easier to hit than the DC for the athletics?
Not at all.
Okay, well then we're gonna go with athletics because it's like 4 times better than my piloting. So
that'll teach you to use a jetpack.
I know. It's like, hey, who wants to use technology in this sci-fi universe that we live in? And when you could just jump, I channel the ancient blood of Honto of the Saltfoot tribe, and I leap a great distance That's a 27.
Yeah, that's critical success, I believe. So when you're backflipping through space, laying down mag boot onto the ship, and I don't know, tag team Zamir on the way out. He's got like a small box with some samples, and then you get to see what everyone else saw as they got in through the port side of the ship. The specimen lab with the broken equipment and specimen box, through the cargo bay, and maybe remains of what looks like a fight here in the cargo bay, and onward and upward into the engine room where everyone else is standing here.
Yeah. Obadiah arrives and says, I thought you guys promised you weren't going to fight or to kill anything while I was in the other ship. I feel betrayed.
Sorry, Obo. We tried to stun him, but things just got out of hand.
Well, this is the last time I'm staying aboard the old ship, just so you guys could check out the new fancy thing with the cool green aliens.
Well, I'm with any luck, there we haven't run out of squishy green things for you to stomp on. So
good, my armor's far too clean. Let's fix that. No, Patrick, bring her back. I can't move that token.
Yeah, can you move that one?
Thank you. I can move this one, yes.
Okay, good for you.
Thank you.
All right, so we're back into the swing of things, and I will describe once more the center area here in the ship, because you can see a little bit further in now that day has gone in and exploded some egg sacs. But this area, the midship area, is completely coated floor to ceiling in slimy effluence, spotted with pulsing growths the size of a Brutaris ball.
Good.
And this whole area is kind of in flames now. It looks like this coating, which very much looks like, the Xenomorph's hive, but it's a green, almost mossy, slimy hue to it.
It is
very
intellectually.
It is completely different.
It's completely different. It's not the same at all. It's very green. It's not black and wet. It's green and moist.
Yeah, you see in the fires that's still burning in this part of the ship, some of these little grubs may be too small to have formed up into the swarm that you fought, burning in the smoky filled room now.
Or as we call them, exomorphers.
We gotta kill these Xynos.
Xynomorts.
It's one letter different. It's totally different.
We cannot get sued. It's not allowed.
They're Xenus, not Xenos. Xenu.
Yeah, don't throw us Ridley Scott's ghost or whatever.
He's still alive.
It's like he walks back into a meeting and he writes alien is a $sign and also lawsuit.
That was James Cameron.
Lawsuit.
Who did that? Stop confusing alien trivia.
Now we can finally finish that HBO show.
Oh boy. Right. So that is what you see midship here. This giant chamber in the middle of the bloom. I believe not Obadiah. Navasi was trying to advocate for clearing out this side chamber before moving forward, this other cargo bay and the room to the north of it. But where would you guys like to go?
That certainly sounds like something I'd like to do, because you want to be thorough. You want to clear out as you go, because certainly there aren't any sort of like passageways that these things can crawl around above and below us or around us. So once we clear that room, it's 100% clear. We're good.
I'm sorry. Can you remind me why we're here in the first place, or what we're trying to do?
Salvaging the ship.
Well, there's this little girl named Frog.
No, there's the ship is worth a pretty penny if you can get it back to the Xenowardens. So this is viable salvage.
Okay. But we're not on any kind of like time limit or anything like that, as far as we know.
No, not necessarily. Do you need to take a rest? Are you doing okay?
No. I'm not doing great, but no, I was just wondering if we needed to rush through this or if we had time to explore every corner of the map. And if we have time, then we might as well explore every corner of the map, especially if we're trying to salvage stuff.
Yeah, we got to make sure. We got to see what's in working order and what's busted.
Yep.
What needs busting? What ghosts need busting?
That's right.
It makes me feel good.
Whether or not good feelings will be had. Boy. Okay, so that sounds to me like you don't want to go through the room with all the alien egg sacs and burning embers of these little worm creatures. You want to go over here to the side first?
Yeah,
we don't want to go yet. We don't want to go through that room yet.
Well, what if you just bypass it completely?
I feel like I cheated a little bit by watching Alien Romulus between the first and second episode. Mm-hmm. So now I know, don't go in the room with the eggs because they're going to get you.
Yeah, certainly that's a brand new lesson learned from Alien Romulus.
Xenomorph eggs, bad news. You don't want to be in a room with them. And it doesn't matter if they're closed, if they're open, it doesn't matter. You're still going to get face hugged. Which is, it's really nice that they call them huggers because that's not what those things do to your face.
Yeah.
That's not at all. That's not a hug.
Yeah. And not any kind of hug I want.
Let's say this.
Could you imagine if every time your friend hugged you, they also shoved a hose all the way down into your stomach?
Yeah.
No spoilers, but what did you think of Romulus?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Yeah, it was diverting and not bad.
Yeah, it's right there in the middle for me of alien movies.
Yeah, I've seen them all, and they get worse. They get worse than that for sure. So.
It's in the top half if you include the Alien versus Predator films. But of like just the 5-6 Alien movies, it's right there in the middle.
Yeah, it's fair.
I think it's like number 3 for me.
Yeah, it depends. Depends on my mood. I kind of like Alien 3 a good deal.
Yeah, I don't hate on Alien 3. I just
Anyway, I'm going to start fiddling with all the cryogenic freezing stuff and then walk through the room with all the eggs.
Spoilers! No. Oh, God. Well, yeah, by the way, one of you has to hold the door open because it's like threatening to lock every time you step away from it. You have to like put your hand in like an elevator. No, as you open up this room over here, the starboard side specimen lab, it's much like the port one, but this one as well is a mess of debris and broken containers. And it looks like these ones were broken from the outside. It looks like they were kind of ripped apart, torn into, slashed open. Do you guys want to spend some time searching this room now that Zamir is not here to give you magical and or mystical insights?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
go.
We'll use science this time, not hocus pocus mumbo jumbo.
And we're going through this bottom room up through the top room, right?
Yes. So going through here, going through there. Can you make me a perception check? Anyone that wants to go in the room. You don't have to. I'm not your boss. Okay.
I mean,
and there's also a cargo bay, which I don't think you've searched yet either. So if someone wants to stay
in the cargo bay first.
Well, you can divide up.
I love cargo.
Half of you go in one, half go in the other. That's fine.
I didn't know there was a cargo bay. You told me there was a lab.
Well, that was the first room that you went in, and you were like, I think we should search this, and no one wanted to do it. But there's so much good stuff in here. You really should. So much good stuff. So in the cargo bay, you find an advanced tank of petrol, an advanced incendiary grenade, a hacking toolkit, an infiltrator's toolkit, and a tactical radiation buffer.
Oh, hey, radiation buffers.
Just a couple.
Is that the same list as we found in the previous room? I'm just looking in the chat and I see that you listed those exact same.
Did we already clear this room?
I don't remember if we cleared this room or not. Did we put it?
Maybe we did.
You know, when you come to Starfinder podcast, this is the professionalism that I know everybody loves.
It's been 2 weeks. Give me up, or 3 weeks. Give me a break. All right. Well, I'm putting it in the chat again.
A little longer than 3 weeks.
But the more important thing is in the specimen lab, Starboard specimen lab, you find an advanced flamethrower on the ground in the corner, fully emptied of petrol. But you've already found a fuel counter in the storage chamber. So, does anybody want a advanced flamethrower for these things that seem to be very easy to burn?
Oh, you want the flamethrower?
What is the what kind of weapon is that?
Do you have fire?
Well, but is it like heavy weapon,
Marshall, or
yes?
All right,
it's probably one of those.
Something like that. Yeah. Well, King. Yeah.
To the playtest PDF.
Yeah. Who doesn't have area of effect stuff?
I think I only have Supernova, but I do have Supernova.
But Supernova is Supernova.
I don't think I do, but I don't know that I can use this weapon yet.
Yeah, it is a Marshall ranged weapon, so not advanced. Marshall.
I don't know if I have Marshall proficiency or not.
How do you know that?
Let's see.
Be on your PDF character sheet.
Yeah, you guys got to remember, I haven't played 2E much, so I'm sitting around like, and what does Marshall mean again?
It's just it goes simple, Marshall, advanced. There's 3 different kinds of guns. It looks like ISEF is both simple and Marshall master, and advanced with guns.
Okay.
Or expert with advanced guns.
Okay. I see. Well, then I mean, I don't know. You guys mind if I hang on to this thing?
Go for it.
Okay, because otherwise I'm just plinking away with a pistol, and I don't know if that's gonna do too much good.
I think this is an upgrade.
Yeah, advanced flamethrower. Okay, can you tell me about what that does, or is that?
Yes, I can. It is a 15-foot ranged area cone, unwieldy weapon. So you get one blast with the flamethrower per turn. It has 4. Basically, each petrol canister has 4 blasts with it. Okay. And it does 1d10 fire damage. Cone. 1d10 flame damage. It's the flamethrower. It throws the flames. Does somebody else want to take this grenade?
I'll take the grenade. I think I can use that.
Incendiary. Okay. Right. So heading back into the main midship and heading on from there. You can blast some of these eggs as you go if you'd like. There are midship 2 doors covered with goo to the port and starboard sides, and you can see through the haze of the smoke and the goop dripping off of it. Also a set of double doors to the far bridge side of the ship. The 4 components here. Where would you guys like to go? It's on the other side of the doors that you're coming from, about 60 feet. So maybe this midship chamber is about 1/3 of the vessel's length, interior length.
I mean, I say we go in and take a look around this creep factory.
What's Navasi want to do? Is she gonna poke the eggs, the still unburnt eggs?
Well, we should probably not do that. We should probably.
Sounds very Leroy Jenkins.
Give him a hug. Give him a little hug.
Out of these,
I've got this buddy back on Absalom Station. His name's Burke. You think he'd want one of these eggs? I bet he'd want one of these eggs.
you know Burke wants one of these eggs.
When this show is officially over, when all of Cosmic Crit is done and not another episode under its name will ever be made, I'm going to ask someone to give us an official, how many times has Drew mentioned Burke count? It is going to be a spicy number.
Has that comic book or novel, whichever one it was, that's from Burke's perspective, has that come out yet? Because I do actually want to read that. It sounds interesting.
Really?
Paul Reiser, I think Paul Reiser co-wrote it. He's
oh wow.
He's like, well, you know, when you think about it, Burke wasn't really all that wrong.
Exactly.
I mean, a man who's gotten like really committed to his own character.
Oh, there's a Aliens What If? What if Captain or Carter Burke had lived? No one wants that. We were all stoked when he died.
One of the best deaths.
There is a deleted deleted scene where Ripley finds him attached to a wall later in the movie, and I watched. It's pretty dark. Obviously, it's aliens. Of course, it's gonna be.
All right, move
but for real, how do these things? How do these? Are we? Does these things open up just like proximity, or is there like a special driver that causes them to detect us?
We don't know yet. So
yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you. If you want to, I mean, just go in and continue to. I mean, you've got flamethrower, you've got incendiary grenade. I'd say maybe like half the room is burnt or burning.
Can I look at them and maybe roll a nature check to see if I can figure out what they might be like?
Might be like? What do you mean?
Or I mean,
giants.
They might be giants, but they're small.
It's because I have a +2 to this nature roll, and I'm probably going to not do well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
So what? Yeah, why did you roll nature?
I assumed it would be something natural that would be made. Oh well, we can see that there's a thing on the side, and that probably means this. I don't know.
I have a kind of crazy idea. What if we dropped the temperature in the rooms so that our heat signatures were significantly lower?
Yeah, and nobody sweat or get nervous. That's
and
the
then
thing.
and then we walk through very calmly and
quietly.
Freaking
more spoilers.
Would dropping the heat signature in the room not just make us warmer to the perception of the eggs?
That's not how the movie goes.
They drop their heat temperature to human body temperature, which is the same for everybody.
Did they drop it or crank it?
They turned the temperature up in the room.
That makes more sense than what I said.
Yeah.
Let's do
Some
that.
of us haven't seen Alien Romulus.
I'm not talking about Alien Romulus, Drew. Gosh, I'm making references that just maybe you don't understand. It's okay. It's totally Alien Romulus. I'm just kidding.
That's how they got out of one of the cubes in the movie Cube as well, I think.
Yeah.
The only thing about Cube I remember is when they threw the shoe.
Alrighty, so here we go. We're in the middle of the room now. Do you guys want to burn these eggs? Do you want to move into these side doors? What do you want to do?
Burn the eggs.
I think burning the eggs is probably it's going to trigger something.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
But let's go.
Yeah.
I came here to shoot my gun and play a legally distinct game.
And I'm all out of legally distinct games.
I'll burn a couple of ammo points on.
I am really sorry to do this. Before we go in here and potentially awaken an entire room of swarm, can I rest for a minute and get my health back?
You want to do a little 10-minute?
Yeah, what does that
you want to go to bed
back?
for the night?
Yeah, there's no stamina points right now.
30 points. 30 hit points.
Let's see. Who's got some medicine in here?
Not me.
Let's take a look.
So I have battle medicine. You can patch up
what's your
wounds.
medicine skill?
My medicine skill is.
Do you have a med kit? Do you need a med kit?
Yeah, there's
+9.
Something else you need here.
Yeah, it's like a healer's kit or something.
Yeah,
similar.
So yeah, +9. I would just, and if you're just trained in it, Drew, I would say go for the DC 15 version and make a skill check. And if you hit 15, she gets back 2d8 hit points. If you hit 25, she gets 48 double. Ooh, so close. Actually, that's close enough that folks can potentially aid.
I've only got a +2, so I'd probably hurt rather than help.
Well, you could still Yeah, I mean, even if
that's true.
you critically fail, you can't really mess it up too much. So
that's
Obadiah
true,
and
right,
Iseth, if you want to roll a 15, you can get this to a critical. Say, oh, well, there's 1 aid from
Plus
Iseth.
1.
Obadiah, do you want to try to? Do you want to help out?
Oh boy, come on!
It'd be a flat roll for me.
Lords of the Dice.
Ooh. Oh, rolled right over that far. Okay, so 2d8 back. Hey, you can roll
That's 2 HP.
half of your hit points that you're down. Oh, very close. So 12 back.
12. All right.
Something.
Do you want to spend some more time? Because I think after this, it'll take
Takes another hour, I think.
take another hour. Yeah.
Yikes. Okay.
I will be fine.
The other thing is, your guys' characters. Do you have some
I have a
healing?
med patch.
That's right. Yes.
The med patch is sounding like what they
1d6.
is. It commercial?
It says 1d6, so
Okay.
I
Yes.
assume so.
Yes, that's just a straight 1d6.
All right.
You also get, if you want to use this right before you go into this next room, a item bonus against disease and poisons for 10 minutes. A couple hit points back there and a little more.
So you got that going for you.
Okay. Alrighty. So how do you guys want to burn the remaining eggs? Do you want to lob that other grenade in there?
Yeah, that actually might be smarter than
That's a good idea.
like
That
lob
is a
the
good idea.
grenade and then close the door behind it.
Yeah, I was going to offer for Day to go in and Supernova in the middle, but that would be a really stupid thing to do, especially not knowing how they're going to react.
Well,
So.
Now that you've offered something so heroic, I feel like we shouldn't waste. I feel like we shouldn't. You have to do it.
You can't deny me that
rob you of
honor.
your glory.
Day is still like smells like burnt fur, so it's not a great idea, but it's also, you have a grenade if you do want to close the door and
That's
wait
a good
little
idea.
bit.
Why don't you go in with the grenade and
Sequence.
Supernova, and then if it doesn't work, you could still just pill the bit on the grenade.
Captain Navasi, Drew, do you have the grenade there? Do you want to relinquish it?
Obadiah has a bunch of grenades. You can have one.
Well, I've got the incendiary grenade from the room over there. So
I also have incendiary grenades.
awesome. So
Oh,
why don't you
Look at
throw
you.
yours if you have a bunch of them?
Yeah.
Because you're probably better
I
at
also
it
don't
anyway.
even need to throw it. I actually have a grenade launcher. I could even shoot it. I could do a lot of things.
oh, good for you. Good for Obadiah. All right, so I'm just going to assume you do want to burn and maybe wait a little bit for some of the fires to go out as you close the door here to the mid chamber. Maybe that's what you do while you're healing up, taking 10 minutes for Day's wounds. And you hear a lot of screeching on the other side as these eggs are popping like big old pimples. The creatures are burning away. It is a scene of a lot of devastation in here, but it does seem like the doors to the starboard and aft still covered in the slime. Maybe didn't burn as well. And these double doors towards the bridge as well, similarly, not totally burnt away. Where would you like to go first?
What are these things on the side that look like car seats?
I think those are little fighters. The bloom
Little
has like
what?
fighters, little 1-seat drone planes, perhaps. I think that's what
okay.
we're supposed to believe.
Can we use those?
So they do look like car seats, is what you're telling me. Okay.
I mean, it might. Actually, does it say in the? Maybe I should read the description of the the room. It doesn't say anything about them in the art. I think if they're not fighters, they are escape pods. They look like they got a big old gun on them, though.
Are we talking about the same thing?
Yeah, I was about to say what?
These four.
No.
Little,
Oh, no.
These
These
things.
things on the side.
They look like computer terminals, maybe.
seats.
Cheers.
Toilets.
Not sure what they are.
Right.
The Xeno Wardens believe in like a very free and open kind of concept, so this would explain it if like the toilets were just kind of out there.
It's
Yeah, they just
also
move
important
around.
that these be installed backwards in the back seat for at
Mhm.
least a period of time.
Yeah, until you're a certain size or weight, makes sense.
Yeah, so the fire only burns for maybe like half a minute before most of the things in here are destroyed. Doesn't look like there's much else in this room. I'm going to say that these are probably escape pods of some sort that are you would like climb up to them. So I think they're supposed to be on like a higher tier here.
Okay, so it looks like there are 2 side doors, one on each side, and then a double door to the north.
Yep.
Do you want to go to the left?
Which is the goopy door? Is it the double doors to the north?
They're all pretty goopy.
What's
Gotta
the
say.
What's the goopy?
I like a clockwise exploration.
The double
I
doors.
feel like we read left to right.
All right,
Do
so
Xenowardens read left to right, though? Maybe we should go by how they do it.
They
I'm
actually
opening
do
up the
top to bottom.
port side.
Yeah.
We're not going to discuss left and right that much. Port side chamber.
Beds.
Yeah, opening it up here. You see what looks like crew quarters, some rank and file looking beds, communal rooms here. There are a few dozen of these hatchlings kind of rooting around the bedroom, maybe eating bedspreads, and there's like a little plant in the corner that they're munching on. Clothing is being ripped out of bunks and chewed up. Looks like they're consuming biomass of some sort. And you see them pooping out this green goopy slime.
Cool.
Knew it was poop.
It always is.
You guys like to do?
Can we start picking these things off?
Are they like 2 hit point kind of things, or are these like real bit bad?
Yeah, they're just little bugs, little boys.
Are they kind of what's what I'm looking for?
Stompable?
Like individuals that like maybe don't themselves constitute any sort of a threat.
I mean, by themselves, they are Chihuahua sized.
Okay.
I would say. So you could punt one real easy.
Okay, right. I see. So like, but so these are not like we're not looking at like 12 combatants here. We're looking at as these are the big boys. These aren't the small grubs that you saw in the previous chamber. These look like the ones that. So yeah, that's what I was trying to ask. Yeah.
Are these hand waves smushy, or are these roll for initiative?
It's up to you. What do you guys want to do? Just close. You can just close this door and not have to deal with this if you don't want to.
That's
I
probably
feel like if we're going to
stuff in
salvage
there.
the ship, it's got to be clear.
True.
We take our
We're gonna
salvage
get in
job
events
seriously.
and stuff
Patrick.
if we don't kill them.
Oh yeah, no, it's bad news. You don't want to you don't want an infestation of these things.
Right,
And Zamir is
clear.
definitely not cloning them back on the overhaul right now.
Oh,
Yeah, as you move forward to collect weapons, they do start swarming up like they do, being a big old jerk swarm.
You specifically told us they weren't going to do that.
I don't think I did. I think I said they were like the big ones, just like the big uns. Yeah. Oh,
Patrick,
for
the
initiative.
master of subterfuge.
Oh, I rolled well for initiative. And you
I
guys.
can attune as part of initiative, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right. These things form up and get to chomping.
Get to the chomper. That's what they say.
Get into Chomp Town.
Going with photon attunement.
Yeah, if you guys roll near the door here, the swarm getting together starts emitting an ear-splitting shriek, screeches that shake your characters to their very core, perhaps your armor shaking, reverberating, hurting eardrums, ear canals, what have you. Everyone, go ahead and make a basic reflex save. Oh, God, great roll for day. Jeez Louise, Rebecca. You're not going to like this, but it's somehow still not a critical success. It's 18
Oh my
on
goodness.
the dice. But still pretty good.
Yeah, Drew.
Yeah. Oh, no, Drew. Natural 1. Tyler, I'm guessing this is also going to be a fail, but probably not critically. What's your reflex
Yep.
bonus?
It's a 17 altogether.
just a fail. This is a lot of sonic damage coming at you guys.
Can I use a hero point?
Oh yeah, you can use a hero point if you want to re-roll that. I've already rolled the damage, so you know you'd be taking 24 points of sonic damage if you don't get a critical fail.
Luckily, I know that I can't do any worse. I could just match.
True.
You would be surprised at how angry you get if you do stuff like that, though.
3 on the dice, you did better, and that is not a critical fail. So you are only taking 12 points. But Rebecca Day is taking Isef and Day are only taking 6 sonic damage. I rolled pretty low on the damage. That is their full turn as they formed up, moved together, and then emitted this ear-piercing scream. Isef or Navasi, who wants to go next?
I'll wait for Navasi to take the lead.
All right, Drew.
All right. Is this the only thing in the room? There's this big
yes, this squirming mass of 20 to 30 creatures.
Okay. So of course, get them. Can I take is this the door that we're standing in right here?
I would say Day is probably closest to where it is, but if you want to move Day off of it so you guys all have kind of access, that's also fine.
Yeah, it's mostly that I'm trying to find a decent place to take a guarded step and still be able to take a shot. If I guarded stepped here, would I still have access to shoot?
No, probably not.
Okay.
You stepped further back.
All right, then I'm going to guarded step here.
Okay, well, that's kind of into the room.
Yeah, well, there's really only so many places I can go.
I don't think you'd be able to do that without making an acrobatics check to get around these things. They're kind of taking up a good amount of the floor real estate. But you can if you want. It'll just be a move action.
Well, it was going to be a move action anyway. So can I?
Yeah, acrobatics against their reflex DC. Is that what PF2E is all about? That is. Oh no, Drew. That is a fail, unfortunately. So it just means your movement is stopped. You move forward to try and get around them. It does not work.
Okay. Well, I'm still going to shoot this stupid thing.
Okay, go right ahead.
Calling it names, Drew? That's kind of...
Yes, I am.
Oh, wow. Okay. In the year of our Lord 2024, we're name calling?
So this gets a +4 to damage rolls. If I've hit it.
Good.
And it's
20 is indeed a hit.
And now everybody gets a +2 to damage rolls against the target, in addition to the normal -1 AC penalty and reflex saves.
Okay. This is piercing damage. It doesn't. I think maybe you blast one of these things off of the swarm, but it still doesn't do a ton of damage. Dude. Comparatively. Isef, you are up next. Imagine we're seeing a flamethrower, but I can't.
Yeah, if there is a option. Let's see. So you did one action to get him, and then you just took a shot. Is that what happened there?
Well, I took one action to get him, one action to try to move, and one action to. Did I use too many moves?
No. Sorry. I was curious if there was an extra action in there so you could move out of the way, so I wouldn't have to light you on fire.
No, I tried to move and then couldn't. So
I see. Okay, so yeah, I think I can angle this a little bit, so I can.
Yeah. It's 15-foot cone, so you can hit this one right in front of you, and kind of just blades right through the door frame.
Yeah. Let's see. Can I do a cone from?
Now you know why I wanted to get out of the way.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, snap to corner. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, I can kind of do something like that. And yeah. So first things first, I'm going to. I wonder if I can get a better shot if I sort of came over here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Try to get a better angle on these guys. As I'm moving, I'm going to use my mobile aim class feature. So I can take aim at them as I'm going. And then I will so that's aiming is sort of like marking them until the end of my turn. So ranged attacks do some extra damage. So then I make a flamethrower attack. 17 to hit is what I've rolled here.
That's 2 on the dice.
Yep. Seems like that good time to re-roll that. Good time to re-roll that attack. Hey, a 30. That's way better.
Yeah, critical hit.
Oh, nice.
Pretty sure you can crit with a flamethrower. So,
all right. So, okay. So we're talking, boy, 4 points of damage, but plus 2 from Drew, right?
Well, yeah, no, it's
plus 2 to damage rolls against the target, but it's also minus 1 to AC and minus 1 to reflex saves.
It's double, so it's 8 plus 2, right?
Well, I'd probably double that as well. Then I roll precision for aiming, so we're looking at 8 plus 2 is 10. Doubled is 20.
So I don't think you can get the aim damage bonus with a cone weapon.
No?
No, I'm pretty sure it's specifically for snipers and small arms or what have you.
Maybe there's more information that you have, but as far as I can tell, it's just you take careful aim at a single creature that you're aware of, designated them as your mark. Just ranged strikes against your mark using the required range weapon. Okay, so maybe there is a requirement to that.
The requirement is it doesn't have the area trait, so it is anything that doesn't do area.
This is very specifically. I can't use this with that. Okay,
but
all right, so
it doesn't matter because that's still 10 points of fire damage.
Would be 12, right? Typically you would double all your static bonuses as well.
Oh, you're doubling Drew's bonuses. Yeah, so 12, and they're also they're weak, obviously, to this.
Yep.
So that's an additional 5. So 17 points Toto, which I forget how many hit points they have. About half of them are dead.
Okay, great.
More than half of them are dead.
And then third action.
Last week you had to fight 2 of these things, so this is a little easier swarm battle.
Third action, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I guess I'll try to intimidate them. No, that's not true. No. I have a -1 to intimidate. I'm not going to do that. Third action, I look cool. I look cool for my third action.
Day, you're next.
Can I squeeze in through the door next to it to get over here?
Yes, I think you'd be able to just move kind of catty corner around.
From there, I'm going to use Supernova 15 foot, which is 1d8 per level, so 68.
Blasting them.
It's plus 1d8 per level.
Oh boy. How often can you do Supernova?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. I think it's every time I'm attuned, right?
No, it's only once per 10 minutes. I thought it was longer than that. So yes, 10 minutes I've definitely passed until you blasted the other ones, because that's how long you've at least rested up. Reflex save?
Yeah. No, fortitude save.
Ooh, fortitude's not as good. I think that's going to be a fail. 6 on the dice. What is your class DC? I've only rolled a 16.
21.
Okay, so they have failed. So technically,
that's
good
full damage, and they're blinded for 1 round.
Okay, well, all the dead are blinded. So let's see how much damage you do here.
24 damage.
You're very dead. You can pretty much take these off by yourself. Sorry, Tyler. No, your stupid teammates have robbed you of another battle. They go in and just start flamethrowing and blasting.
It's because Obadiah has a heavy gun, so I imagine as she's pulling out all this, metal and everything else, and she turns around, it's just coated in fire and dead. She's very disappointed.
Yeah, we're out of combat here as they've completely blasted the last of the hatchling creatures, and we're out of combat.
You've been listening to Cosmic Crit, the Starfinder role-playing game, and adventure paths are trademarks of Paizo. All Pathfinder and Starfinder images are property of Paizo and are used with permission.